G20 leaders have resolved to isolate Russia and push for an end to the Ukraine war at the summit in Bali. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has completed a series of bilateral talks on the sidelines aimed at advancing Australia's interests and backing an end to the Ukraine conflict. Our political editor Andrew Clennell filed this report from Bali.
This G20 was always going to be about the Ukraine war, and Anthony Albanese believes the summit will make a difference. The Australian Prime Minister says the summit showed Russia increasingly isolated amid hopes from the rest of the world that Chinese President Xi Jinping will lean on Vladimir Putin. The host of the summit, Indonesian President Joko Widodo, told G20 leaders the world could not move on without a Russian withdrawal.
Stop the war. I repeat, stop the war.
A lot is at stake. War will only make people suffer. Global economic recovery will not happen unless the situation improves.
That was quite extraordinary. That's the first time you've had a statement like that come out of a body like the G20, which of course Russia is a member. I used the opportunity of the bilateral with President Xi to encourage him to use his influence to promote peace and to pressure Russia into withdrawal from Ukraine. That's the solution here.
In the end, the leaders' declaration said most nations condemn the war. The leaders planted carbon-sucking mangroves to signal the need for action on climate change as they dug in over the need for the Ukraine war to end. Late in the day, Anthony Albanese held bilateral meetings with French President Emmanuel Macron and British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, as well as Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. After the AUKUS submarine deal scuttled a French subcontract under Scott Morrison, it appears that France is in for more defence deals with Australia.
I'm not going into the specifics of equipment and those issues, but France, of course, is an Indian Ocean power and a Pacific power. We spoke about how we could have an increased engagement and cooperation in defence and security matters.
The PM also on Wednesday rejected a move reported by Iran to call in the Australian ambassador over comments Mr Albanese had made on human rights.
We will stand up for human rights. We will stand up for Australia's position consistent with our values.
The week of summits continues with Anthony Albanese flying to Thailand for APEC.